hey, people, come look at this invitation.
Oh,
Anybody who came into the store, you have to see what we're working on. We do hear a lot that people say, oh, they're just going to throw it away. Oh, it's really not that important. It's actually one of the things from the wedding that you do tangibly have.
every single one of our guests who received the invitation either sent a picture to us or commented on the
That's
invitation.
awesome.
And it's trending a lot, like people adding their invitation to their preserved pieces. So different. It's so stunning. It's oh my god, I love it. We're discovering all things wedding, from will you marry me to you may kiss the bride. I'm your host, Andrea. Welcome to the Bridal Club. Welcome back to another episode of Bridal Club. Today we have Julie with us, and she was the one behind my stunning invitations. I am super excited to talk to you, Julie. Why don't you tell our audience who you are and how you started?
Sure. My name is Julie West, and I started in 2001 out of my home because I have a real love for paper and stationery and that kind of thing. So I thought I'd try it out of my studio at my home and see how it went. And we had a lot of folks interested. So then I just went for it and opened a retail store in 2003. So a design studio and retail store so that you could also purchase all the supplies to do it yourself, or we could do it for you, but we could do design consultations. We sell over 500 handmade papers, ribbons, envelopes, everything. So it just was another creative outlet to let other people come and use their creativity.
I love that.
So
And where are you located? Where's your studio located right now?
we are in Fort Worth, Texas, and we are on the east side of Fort Worth. We're in the Handley Wedding District. So there's other wedding vendors that are in our same historic district as we are.
It's so crazy that we literally are meeting for the first time right now. We obviously work together very indirectly because Macy, my planner, is amazing and she took care of everything. To be honest, I did not want to allocate a lot of money into the invitations because it was just a tiny event, supposedly, right? And
Yeah.
my budget was thrown out the window like very quickly. I remember I told Macy, like, I don't want to spend money on invitations. I don't think it's a big deal. We can do a website, we can do it digitally. And Justin, my husband, is the one who said, like, we do need an invitation. And Macy sent a beautiful like invitation that you had done. I think it was, with the circle.
Yes.
And I want you to talk about that because it was very different. However, Justin is very like a classic kind of guy. So he's like, this is kind of like the look that I want, and then you came up with this. Like, it's so different, it's so stunning. It's oh my god, I love it.
That was really an awesome invitation to work on and to use all the details about you guys too. And that's what I love doing, is finding out about the couple. Tell me, I want to know everything. How you met, what interests you, what are your favorite things, what kind of signifies you as a couple, so that we can represent that in your invitation to really set that tone.
This is like, you touch this and it's heavy. I mean, every single one of our guests who received the invitation either sent a picture to us or commented on the
That's
invitation.
awesome.
So thank you so much for doing that for us.
Thank you for allowing us to do it. It was really fun to be able to use our creativity to make something really wow. So
Yeah,
that
I
was
love
fabulous.
it. And going back to what I said earlier, it's truly like the first glance at a whole wedding. It really sets the mood. Justin was very particular on that alone to set expectations as well. Like, this is what you're gonna be seeing at at our wedding. Get excited.
Exactly. Yes, it should really kind of give a glimpse into what that day will be. They'll know kind of what's in store for them, and it won't be something that they want to miss because it is going to be really spectacular.
Absolutely. I really am glad that we did not miss this. And then also with my bridal preservation company, we have been seeing, and it's trending a lot, like people adding their invitation to their preserved pieces. So, like, for instance, if they do something like this but bigger, they're
Beautiful.
wanting to, I mean, because this is a piece of art and it truly is. I mean, it resembles the whole day. So I'm gonna do that with mine, by the way. So I'll definitely be
Oh, fabulous.
yeah, so I'll be having my flowers around this, and of course, like showcasing it in a frame piece. Let's talk about customizations.
When we sit down with a couple, of what kind of vibe are you trying to relate to your guests? What's important to you? What kind of, is it modern? Is it rustic? Or sometimes for people, it's both. So we have to incorporate all of that to set that tone. And we'll start with shapes. Some folks want that traditional look, and some people, like you said, we would go for a circle or something unexpected.
Yes, I love that. And again, obviously referring back to this, since this is this is what I know. I mean, the fact that you guys did the black on black look, I don't know if you guys can see it, the ones that are looking at the video, but it's stunning. The rose gold was very significant to us because my ring was rose gold. That mimicked one of Justin's logos. So
Mhm.
this was perfect. What is it like to work with you? Obviously, I didn't have the opportunity to do that, but if I were a bride looking for amazing invitation.
Well, when we sit down with folks, we love for them to bring any inspiration they have or anything that they'd like to work with in particular. Maybe it's like you guys, a logo that they already have or something they want to incorporate. And then as designers, we sit down together and go, okay, this is what they're trying to go for. How can we bring this together in the most fantastic way possible to really make it something different? And it doesn't have to be a ridiculous, crazy budget. It could just be something that's not typical, just so that your guests have something to go, that sort of made me stop and think a minute
Yeah.
of, this is different. We'll do maybe some sketches or some samples for customers, which I believe we did a few for you. And then they look at those and say, hey, I'm liking this direction, or no, take it in this direction, but use this concept. So it's really working very closely with the customer or the planner to get just that look down.
I love it. And then also that same style carries on other parts of the wedding. Can you tell me more about those?
Yes. So then we would definitely want, from the moment that you walk to the venue or church, there's perhaps a welcome sign or something that is part of that also creative design that oh, okay, this is it. I'm at the right place for sure. But also it's showing me that, oh, this really is their whole theme and what they're going for. So from the welcome sign to the ceremony programs to the signature cocktail bar menus to maybe there's takeaway pizza at the end with a wonderful little sticker on the box. That all within those design concepts that we used with the invitation and save the date.
Yeah, I love that. It's all in the detail, and it's one of those things that people are really gonna remember the experience. And whenever they see, like the same design and so on, like carry on those menus as you mentioned, and all of the above. I mean, it's very special for those. It's something that you really appreciate as a guest.
Yes, I totally agree. And that, what you are here as our guest, and we want you to feel well taken care of. And we want you to really enjoy the experience and celebrate with us. That you are important. You were important enough for us to invite, and we want you here. And this is how we're also showing it.
Absolutely. And it is so crazy that you can do that with paper. I mean, with paper, if you think about it, it's just paper, but it's just, I mean, the potential is incredible. And I do
Yes.
believe that it really does make a big impact on a wedding. So I love it. What are some misconceptions on wedding invitations that you hear about and that you want to kind of change the audience perspective?
Thank you for asking that question, because we do hear a lot that people say, oh, they're just going to throw it away, or, it's really not that important. But as you talked about, it's important to really set that tone. And it's actually one of the things from the wedding that you do tangibly have. So
Yeah.
you can't have the cake, you can't have the yes, exactly. You can't take the music with you or the food with you, but you have that with you forever if you want
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
It's one thing in your wedding that's personally addressed to your guest. Of course, it's an invitation, but it's personally from you to them.
Yeah.
So that it's not just a general announcement. It personally came to them. And that's, I think, really important too. That, and a lot of people will tell us when they come back that, gosh, so many people said they kept the invitation, or people would write on the RSVP, or like you said, call or text them and say, I've never got anything like this. This is unbelievable. I
Yes.
can't even, yeah.
That is literally, I mean, I think I'm gonna gather some of the feedback that we got and send it to you. I think it's gonna mean a lot to you because it really meant.
Oh, that's fabulous. But coming from the people who actually have experienced and getting those notes back, it's really, I think they're happy about their investment after the fact.
Oh,
Because,
absolutely. Hmm.
and I think sometimes their guest count may be a little bit higher because more people are RSVPing yes, because it's something they don't want to miss.
Oh yeah. I didn't think about that. I love it. That's right. Like, how can you miss something that is so
Exactly.
convincing and so exciting to attend? That's interesting. I love.
Yes.
What are some trends that you're seeing in wedding invitations?
Yes. Well, now we use a lot of course, the pets are very popular. using those. And also desert tones are very popular right now, using those as well. Um, Florals are kind of uh, are still popular. Sometimes people are putting them on that clear vellum so that you can see through them and then carry that detail through their dance floor.
Yeah.
We do still see a lot of monograms just because that is also unique to the couple, and perhaps not just a standard monogram, but how the monogram intertwines, the letters intertwine, or how it um, interacts with maybe florals with that monogram too. So there's lots of different ways to personally make it your own and not go too crazy.
Yeah, so just pretend that I have a wedding and I don't even have a theme or anything like that. Could you help me put something together too?
Yes. So I do that by asking, okay, Andrea, tell me everything. Tell me what you love. Tell me tell me where you're getting married. Tell me all of those things. Tell me how you met. Um, Tell me where you're gonna go on your honeymoon. Tell me where you're going to live. Do you have pets? Do you have any of those things? And then based off of those, and maybe they've seen something online that they sort of like something of, we'll look at that too. And then looking at all of those aspects, then we pull that together and say, hey, what about this? And it's kind of like the dress or perhaps the flowers when you know it. When you see it, you go, yes, that's it. When you find the right match.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how many edits you had with Macy. I only saw two, that round invitation. That was very out of the box, and we actually almost went with it until Justin said like, no, I want something more classic. But the second we saw this one and like how she was like doing this, towards like with the invitation and the sound that it was, I'm like, that's it, that's it.
It is. It's part of the experience too. The feel, the tactile, everything. Even how it comes out of the envelope. Because I believe you had the velvet liner too in your
Yeah.
envelope,
Oh,
which was
yes.
fabulous.
I know. Like you see the couch right there. It matches very well. So do you have any advice for couples looking to like hire you or looking to do something very special with their invitations?
Perhaps don't focus on what other people are doing. Focus on what you really like and what is special and important to you. And if other people are telling you to do a certain thing, make sure that really goes with you and reflects you, because it shouldn't be stressful. It should be fun, and it should be uh, really representative of who you are. And if that's the case, then it feels like a lot better process and easier process, and it's a lot funner too. And I really like it when I get to talk to both the bride and the groom, both parts of the couple, or whoever else wants to come, because all of that adds information to really nail that perfect design.
Yeah, I love it. And going back to how we were gonna do a digital invitation, and then we decided to actually do a physical invitation. I started looking on places online, and we looked at hundreds of invitations, and even like black on black and stuff like that, and none of them actually like stood out. And the
Mm,
fact that like that we had that communication with Macy, our planner, and we said like we just want something to be unique to us. I mean, obviously you were able to capture that, so I'm glad we're having this conversation because I think a lot of brides and grooms are having that issue. They're going online, they're not seeing something like
yes.
cute. Do I want that to be my invitation? Perhaps not. So coming to you with like some ideas and then having you do the creative freedom of like putting something so stunning together, it's beneficial for both of y'all. Or
Yes, I think so. It's really a collaborative process, and I really like that. And sometimes they'll come in and say, "No, this is what we want," because it's what they've seen and what they believe they want. But then when we start looking at other things, you can see them light up a little bit more, get excited, and know that, oh, okay, maybe they did want to head in this other direction and look at
yeah.
something.
Yeah, it really does come to life. I keep mentioning obviously my invitation because that's my experience with you. But the one thing that we decided to do is like the way the invitation was folded. Like it was like a tri. Do you have a name for this? A tri
A trifold, yes.
trifold, and then Justin
Pocket.
really like the diagonal part on this. But then other than that, we obviously said, like this is the requirements of black on black, the rose gold, the black on black, the velvet and stuff like that, and you guys just ran with it. So how far should people book you?
Well, we would love to, if you're working on save the dates, I would say 11
Um,
months out, 10 to 11 months out, and to send those within 6 to 8 months prior to your event.
okay,
And
that's
then wedding invitations, we like to start working with you about 6 months before.
Okay.
And then we recommend sending those out 6 to 8 weeks prior to your wedding. And it also kind of depends on how many out of town guests too, as to when you send them out.
Right.
But typically that's the standard. Some people are even doing it 12 weeks out now. And that depends on your guests as
Okay.
well.
So how can people connect with you and find you, work with you?
So they can go to our Instagram, Paper Planet Design. Of course, we're on Facebook too, and our website as well, paperplanetdesign.com. Through the Handley Wedding District, we're part of that too, so they can find us that way. But they can look at our web presence. There's some things we have online, and we're always trying to update it. But certainly to come into our store anytime between Tuesday and Saturday, they can look at all the designs and come to the design studio and see what we've done. And sometimes people have come in to look at what we've done and go, oh, wait, I think I want to change my mind and do something like that.
Yeah.
So it just kind of gets their creativity going too.
I love it. Thank you so much for being on this podcast.
Thank you too. And thank you for letting us do our thing with your invitation. It was really, really a pleasure. And we loved creating it. Oh, hey, people, come look at this invitation. Anybody who came into the store, you have to see what we're working on. So it was fun.
Thank you so much, Julie. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Learn about all things wedding straight from the experts. Be sure to like and subscribe to Bridal Club.